Proverbs 13, verse 20. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm.
I've got to keep my voice down because, as you can see, I've sneaked into Ashley, our minister's office today, while his wife Catherine has let him out. Wow, can you see how many books he has? I wonder if he's read all of them. Oh, wait a minute. I've just noticed a few books down here that look quite interesting. Obviously, there's a reason why Ashley keeps them off camera, but let's have a look and see what he's got. There's quite a few here that look quite interesting. I've never seen this book before. Look, How to Look Good in Lycra. I'm guessing that Ashley hasn't read that one yet. And then he's got some other books. Thomas the Tank Engine, Paw Patrol, the Pixar Story Collection. He's even got the Disney Princess's Storybook. Well, I'm pretty sure he likes those because they've got lots of pictures. And here's a book that's going to be helpful for us today, Friendship for Dummies. Now, having been thinking about what it means to be a good friend, today we're going to look at what Proverbs tells us about choosing the right friends. Shh! I think Ashley's coming. Quick, it's out of the window. See you later. After 20 years, Solomon gave King Hiram of Lebanon 20 towns because he had provided all the cedar, pine and gold that Solomon had needed. When Hiram visited the towns, he wasn't pleased with them and named them the land of Kabul, meaning good for nothing. 3 times a year, Solomon offered sacrifices to God at the temple. Solomon also built ships, and along with a crew from King Hiram, they sailed to Arabia and brought back 21 tons of gold. When the Queen of Sheba heard about the wealth and wisdom of King Solomon, she came to see for herself, bringing camels carrying spices, a large amount of gold and precious stones. When the Queen met with Solomon and saw everything for herself, she was overwhelmed and praised God for making Solomon king. The Queen of Sheba gave Solomon the gold, precious stones, and more spices than had ever been brought to Israel. In return, Solomon gave the Queen everything she asked for. Then she left to return to her own country. King Solomon was wiser and richer than anyone on earth, and everyone wanted to meet him, just as God had promised. This session is the last one in our current series looking at the nuggets of wisdom in Proverbs. Over the past couple of weeks, we've thought about how we can be a better friend to others by following the example that Jesus gives us in being our ever-present friend. Today, we're going to think briefly about how we should choose our friends carefully. Now, I should say from the start that we're told to love others as we would have them love us. That means that we should have the same loving concern for everyone, whether they are our friends or even our enemies. But the advice we get in Proverbs helps us to understand what to look for in a close friend, someone who will help us to grow in our faith as a Christian and to help us make the right choices in life. Now, our verse today says it very clearly. Walk with the wise and become wise. For a companion or friend of fools suffers harm. Proverbs, which were written to the Israelites, splits people into 2 main groups. There are the wise, and then there are those that it calls fools. Fools are those that have turned their backs on God and think that they know best. Proverbs tells us that fools boast about themselves. They love to gossip and are quick to get angry. Fools are described as proud and who love to cause trouble. They're motivated by their own self-interest and will do whatever pleases themselves, ignoring God's commands that they've been given for our own eternal good. Proverbs tells us to stay away from fools, because being close friends with them will only cause us harm. Instead, we're told to walk or be close friends with the wise. The wise are described as those who love God, who accept and follow the commands that we read in the Bible. The wise listen to advice, and they accept it when they're told that they are wrong, and they set their hearts on making the sort of choices that would please God. In other words, they are Christians who are making every effort to do what God wants them to do, even though sometimes we all make mistakes. We're told to make friends with the wise. Why? Because having Christian friends, we can help and support each other to do just that. And even when we make mistakes, we share the same goals and beliefs and can help each other to become better, to become wiser. Being a friend of fools will harm us because they have different things that are important to them, things that can and will distract them and us from what God wants us to do. To become wise, the Bible tells us to walk with the wise, choosing our friends carefully so that they will help us be the people that God wants us to be.
to go.